me hear you say ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da. Crazy at this thing called love, just what I've been dreaming of. And I can never figure out, oh, how you do the things you do. That's why I'm so in love with you. I like the way you make me smile. Boy, you give me butterflies. And when I look into your eyes, I'll see the future in me and you. That's why I wrote this song for you. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Just want you to know what I think of you. L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Baby, you've got what it takes to make your girl say L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. If I met you in another life and you asked me to be your wife, with grace and a smile I say, yeah, always now and forever, you be my one and only lover. Cause I like the way you make me smile. Boy, you give me butterflies. And when I look into your eyes, I'll see the future in me and you. That's why I wrote this song for you. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Just want you to know what I think of you. L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Baby, you've got what it takes to make your girl say L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba ba da.
Welcome to Attorney Commander J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson talk show on this beautiful Thursday morning, July the 27th, 2023. What's in store for us in Liberia this morning? Let me go to my correspondent in Liberia, Mr. Samuel Wicker, and see what he has for us this morning. Sam, what's up, my brother?
Yeah, good morning, Aurora. Good morning to Rhode Island, and good morning to the world.
What's happening in our city?
Man, it's all about condemnation from all sectors relative to the speech delivered by Zana Kawa, the traditional leader. People are saying that the speech was very divisive. He wanted to divide his country. And he even mentioned about Congo bringing Boyo and started bringing Liberia.
But who told George Weah that this man was an intelligent man to speak? And you think this kind of raw, ignorant man who can't speak on our Independence Day? What do you expect? What do you expect, Sam?
Did you listen to his speech about we are providing 15 ambulances and opposition sitting there and they're doing nothing? They can't help the man and all that. Did you listen to it?
No, Sam, I didn't listen to it. I mean, did he speak English?
But it was interpreted.
But you sure that way how he was speaking?
But what
Did
would we say now? The men talk about opposition not even supporting government,
but are you
not even
sure that
buying ambulances.
the thing the interpreter was reading? And
What would I say? Who am
ah,
I to say no? I wasn't
you
there.
an ignorant man to talk to us on this kind of big occasion, then you think
Yeah,
it's gonna make a difference in our lives?
it was just a mere campaign message.
Well, what else Zaza Kawa got to talk to us about? What does Kawa know? What does he know? Huh? You bring a man from the bush, a man who dealing with shrines and juju bottles and juju herbs. You that a man you bring to speak to us on our Independence Day. What the man will talk to us? The man should talk to us about the juju herbs. What kind of herbs he using and how the herbs can cure this disease and that disease. That in that area. You go bring the man on National Day to talk to us. What do you expect? What would you expect? You got all these dignitaries there listening to us instead of promoting your government so that people can support you and help you. You go demonstrate that we're back in the bush, back in the poor society. I don't know, Sam.
That's why the opposition community boycotted the entire program.
Yeah, because they know that Zaza Kawa ain't got nothing to say to us. What does
It-
Zanza Kawa has to say to the Liberian people?
so even when they're accusing the journalists of being or church police or gossipers. So you see, so that was some of his messages.
So I know what to say.
So the press people they gossip too much, according to him.
Well, I wouldn't take that kind of man serious, Sam. I really wouldn't take him serious because, I mean, instead of Joe, we are promoting his administration and asking for help. You go bring this kind of man to downgrade his.
He's not even identifying the ills in society, mysterious deaths, corruption, the
But Sam,
number of zogos in the street. He's not even discussing it.
how the man would do that? The man is not educated. They make him speak English. They come out in order or speak. They make him speak it.
But according to sources, the speech was written by CDC and go to him. So he like stage managed.
But what else you expect, Sam? The man is not he can't read and write. The man don't know English. You write his own speech. You think Zaza Kawa can write his own speech? You know, you think Zaza Kawa can write his speech? This is what killing our country, man.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
It's killing us because they want to show inclusiveness. But, you know, our people, I don't know. This thing happens all over, Sam. They'll come and say, oh, one inclusiveness, one inclusiveness. Then you bring all these kind of buffoons into the organization, you put them at the top to be in leadership position, and you say you want inclusiveness. Why you have inclusiveness when the people you put into the top have no concept of what you're talking about? Even what you're talking about, they have no idea about it. How can they help us? How can they change the situation in our country? They can't. They can't, Sam. So we're in the same situation time and time and time again. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you know I don't know what happened to our people, my man. Our nation is just suffering. Like people just crying, man. Oh, my people. Our nation is crying, man.
Rodney, now that I understand what Herman Cohen, the former Secretary of State during the Samuel Doe administration in America, said if we allow war to enter Liberia, we will go backward 100 years or 150 years, and that's what is happening. I live to see the time. This 100 years going backward. Liberia continue to go backward.
Hmm.
Yeah, nothing good is happening.
I'm telling you, you're going back.
Nothing.
It's going to go.
Yeah, you know.
How do we change our situation? This is our Independence Day, the 176th Independence Day. We go far backwards. Look at our country today. What kind of celebration can we celebrate, Sam? Like all over our city. Our children can eat. Look in the newspaper this morning. They're talking about flooding. You see the newspaper this morning?
All over. In
Probably
Painesville, Florida. Now, I
all
haven't seen about, I listen to the radio,
the
all
cars
over flooding.
in the water. And
Yeah.
people walking through that water too. Playing in the water. How can you play in that kind of
Yeah,
water?
you know.
Dirty all around
That
us.
kind of
Where you think that water coming
sickness.
from? Where you think that water coming from? You got the trash, the whole nation full of trash. Then it's raining. The puddle of water coming from all in the trash. What do you think is bringing from that trash? The children playing in it. People shitting and peeing all in the trash. That's
We have
all.
lost our dignity. We have lost our dignity.
I'm telling you, man, people taking their feces and throwing in the trash and the rain and I think flooding in
Oh
people's
my God.
houses. Sam, it might come on, Sam. You tell me that. People sleeping, all that water coming in your house. What do you think coming in your house? That's not only water. That feces,
Our feces.
that facts, that dirt, nastiness, diseases, sicknesses.
Chance.
Forget about germs. Germs are small thing. Germs are just a small thing. Oh, you got hell of a loads of feces and germs. Forget about germs. Germs are small thing. You got a whole of feces and things in your house, man.
I tell you.
Oh my man. Can you imagine walking in the kind of water? When we're younger, and it used to rain, we used to run outside in the rain playing. I used to see why our parents used to say, "Come on, get out there in the water."
Yeah.
When you small kids, you never know what consequences you're dealing with, You're running around to play in the rainwater, and your parents looking out all the time. So, get out of water. How can you get sick and who will take care of you? You see, Sam, these are kind of things that give you diseases you don't even know about. Really, I will cure these kind of diseases. You got all these kind of mixture of germs and feces and urine, all the negative things together. How do you cure people from that kind of disease?
But the city mayor once said he's now a garbage cleaner. But why you still be city mayor? See now a garbage or total, a garbage cleaner. Then why still be city mayor?
Yeah, but if not a garbage cleaner, that means he doesn't understand what his job entails. All these people in positions who don't understand the meaning of their jobs,
So the government knows that this is the last bus stop, and so they will just do anything just to please themselves. So it was like a campaign message, from Southern Kawa.
I see in the newspaper this morning that Elliot Cummings and Teawan Gongolo have committed to the war crimes code. The war crimes code to Liberia. Is that it?
Yeah,
before I come on, that's when the paper come on. So it's hard for me to read it because I'm just about ready to start. I just saw it this morning. I went there earlier. I didn't see it. I just went there and I saw the news up for the day. So I just had the chance to skim through it. And I saw the flooding. I saw Elliot Cummings and Gongolo talking about the war crimes code. How you gonna bring it?
Almost every opposition wants a war crime code to come to Liberia. War and economic crime code. Almost all opposition they are calling for that.
Because the people now rip our country off, man.
Yeah.
And I mean, they gotta go to jail. We gotta check everything these people own. No matter where it is, we gotta find a way to get the property.
So
And
they don't want to hear that. That's why they want to be strong. They want to grab this place. They want to grab this country so they can so that another group can come. Opposition can win because of their deeds, their dirty deeds. They don't want to go to jail. They don't want to go to court.
sound the part about it, even if they win this election, they only there for one more time. They can't go again. They said there'll be war. They can't say they want to stay in power again. So the only thing they can do now, but is it good for our country, Sam? Look at our country, man. Look at Liberia, man. Look at the plight. The nasty. When we clean up our country, when we clean up Liberia, Monrovia, what
So
time?
if you allow this group to stay in power, that means you will have no car rule. Get a garbage will take the entire street.
Is
So
that
where
bad?
will you pass?
Is that bad?
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, I've been going Pinsville for months. Sometimes I go to other I went Pinsville, man. I felt so bad. The road getting narrow. Even the wire fence, the fence, the road they are building in red light. That's what part until all the fence all breaking. The new fence, oh, they haven't a dedicated road yet, oh. So can you imagine?
We're living with nasty people, man.
I was sending you photo
Yeah, the
this
George
week or so.
Samuel Twer, the Nagwe, these are all nasty people. Nasty people. Dirty, nasty people leading our country.
Sorry, I don't want to be tribalistic, but nastiness comes from the southeast. Some years back, I was in the southeast working. No latrine.
So it matter where
It
it
is.
comes it matter where it come from. You look at the people in Monrovia. If you in Monrovia, you living like that, that's a problem.
Mhm.
People in the southeastern people, more people in Monrovia living like that. Our country is going to the animals. The Twer, the Wea, all of them, the people are animals. They're animals. Nasty people, nasty people. They are animals. Some people who don't care about hygiene and their self, all they want to do dress up and come in the street and the whole country nasty. Does that reflect any good on you? Your country nasty that you dress up like that, does that indicate that you behave yourself? You see,
Mhm.
we are like here to take bath. Well, we don't can't take bath. Two people can't take bath, they're nasty people. Nasty, dirty people. Nasty people. Sam, you're ruled by nasty people. People who don't take baths, people who damn about life. If our country is nasty, then what you think about George Weah that they're nasty? They are nasty people. They're the same people I talk about that take the food where you eat and put it in the bowl for other people to eat. Huh? Those are the kind of people that they take all the food from everybody else and put it back in the bowl for other people to eat. Those are the nasty people ruling our country today. You think I can't eat George Weah food, the mansion, whether that the mansion or I can't eat that shit because I know the people are nasty. Even in the mansion, the food they cook is nasty. And nasty. They're nasty people. Nasty, dirty people. Why you want to eat the food for? I can't eat no food from George Weah, whether they eat in the mansion or whether they kill you. Nasty people.
Excuse me.
Nasty people. So how can we do? How can we deal with that? Our country nasty is indication of the leaders. The leader of our country, they're nasty. What can we do? What can we do, Sam?
I'm afraid of a cholera outbreak soon in this country.
We are lucky. We're always been surviving by the grace of God.
Hmm.
We're always been surviving. We're supposed to be having terrible diseases in our country by now. God is with us. He protects our people for all these diseases. And it's just terrible, Ken, time to see our country in this state, 175 years of existence, and we like a dump. All our history, it doesn't matter no more. All the great history we got is destroyed. Liberia got no more history. We are nothing. These people are taking us down to the lowest ebb in the world. Right now, people don't even have respect for us. People don't even consider us part of the world civilized nation. See that? We're in trouble, sir. We're in deep trouble. People don't see us. So what can we do? Where can we turn? Where can we turn, brother? This is 176 years of existence. Now our city is crowded with dirt and shit and feces. People urinating all in the streets. 176 years. What do we have to show for it, sir? What do we have to show it?
Civilization is no more in Liberia.
First of all, we got to get cleanliness. If our country that dirty and nasty, how can it be that? Is that a country? Is that a country? And those people running a club. That's a club they're running. That's a association. The community association they're running. They're not government.
They're not government, it's true.
Country. Yeah, that whole system is broken down. It is broken down.
Mm-hmm.
We have gone down to the ground. And the young people talking about bringing these same useless people back into power. Y'all got to deal with that, man. Some of us just
We're praying hard. We're praying very hard.
Just
This guy won't go back there. It takes a grace of God and wisdom to get this guy off our back. It's so sad. It's so sad. Cleanliness is next to godliness. And we say we are Christians, we are Muslims, but God is a clean God. We believe in Him. But why are we still dirty? Dirt belongs to Satan in the dark world.
I just don't want us to put that bit back in the same situation we do, trying to move this useless man and plunge our country back into a civil war. We don't need that. We don't need that. Okay, so these are the things we have to consider when we talk about getting rid of these buffoons. Do we want to go back into a civil war? Do we really want that? We do. So we gotta deal with that the best way we can, sir. How do we deal with it? When the masses of people are just as ignorant as this man. How do we do it? When we're going back into the age of poorer society and boost schools. How do we do it? Everybody got suspicion, superstition. Our country is down, man. So, what else we got to deal with, Sam? What else we got to deal with in this new age and era facing our nation? Everywhere we turn stealing, everywhere we turn incompetence, and the people that are trying to make our country better, they're trying to make it worse. Giving all these illiterate people the mic to speak, making them feel that people of intelligence and direction. What does that come can give our country?
But one thing I observed from childhood up to now, every leader that comes, the traditional people just give support They don't even think twice. Nowhere they can checkmate leaders. It's all support. All praises belong to the leader. I haven't seen Liberian leader, go against or leader when they are doing wrong, unlike other countries.
Because
Why is it so?
when Tubman and Tottenham were there and the educated people were there, they never went against them either. But
Hmm.
one time they did go against Tubman though, when he wanted to bring the gambling, everybody went against that. The churches, the people, that's why they killed Steve Tubman because he had promised the mob that this gambling bill was going to pass in Liberia and they were going to be gambling in Liberia. But when they brought it, Tubman wanted it. The Liberian people said no. All the churches kicked against it. All the people kick against it. So that's why we don't have gambling in Liberia. Because people kick against it. Why?
But
Because they didn't want people to suffer. Because people end up taking their whole salaries to gamble. You know that?
yeah, no, but casino still came. Casino South Africa, they had a casino there at Holiday Inn and all stuff like that.
But
But it still came.
everybody couldn't go there.
Hmm.
Everybody couldn't go there. So people couldn't go spend their money. But if you had it, I don't know if you were in Monrovia at that time. There was one time in Monrovia, we had slot machines. Those slot machines,
Yeah,
they,
the bingo machine. Yeah, man said play some.
they were all over the city.
Yeah,
All over.
already, all war.
People used to take their old checks and go stay there all day.
I know that.
When they leave, no money.
Man said war from Broad Street on the old road because my last video I had, I played the slot machine in it. So I ended up walking.
Yeah,
I ended up walking back on the road.
that was the starting. Because people will go there with their whole check from the government,
Yeah.
put their check, go sit there with the hope of winning, and you don't win. You ain't gonna win. People sitting there with a check, they let $150, they're playing full fast position. You know that money going like this. $150 on the slot machine.
Hmm.
That about 10 plays, that money gone. 10 plays. If you rather play all in, because sometimes you can play up to $10 for one play.
Yeah.
Or $5 for one play to with the hope of winning. So if you play that much, all your check gone, Picky. All your check will go in less than an hour. You got $150, you playing 5 hands, and you pulling that thing every 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, every 1 minute. You pulling it, putting money in, you're not winning. You go and smile at you. Then you put in money in again, pulling it again.
Mm.
Me and my wife goes to play every time here in Rhode Island. Maybe once every 3 months. We take $200 to say, let's go play. You play 100, I play 100. I'm like, that money will go away. That money will disappear so fast.
Mm.
It will disappear so fast. Because if you go there and change that money, and because they got about 10 different places to play, if you want to win big, you got to put that $5 in. If you want to win big, you got to play all the they got places to play. You can play $5. You can play 5 cents, 10 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents. They got different amounts you can play. So some people go there. If you want to play all the slot, all the thing on one machine, because if you want to win big, you got to play big. So you go play the penny machine, Sam. Even the 1 cent machine, your $100 will disappear so fast that all we go play with the 1 cent machine. Because with the 5 cent machine, when you put 5 cents in to fill out all the slots, that's about $5. When you pull that thing, and you don't win, $5 gone.
Mm-hmm.
And that 5 cents, that just 5 cents to play. But in order to play, you got to play 10 lines or 11 lines. They may have 6, 7 lines to play for 5 cents. So if you play all those lines, you paying like $5. to play all the lines. Because if you win, because they got different lines, if you know how to play the slot machine, okay? If you play 5 cents, you win, you will not get too much. You play 10 cents, you win, you will not get too much. You play $5 and win, then you're winning. Because when the more money you put in, the more things you got to win. And if you play the nickel machine or the penny machine, the pennies you playing, but it's all going. You play the 20 pennies in one game, one pull. You play the 20 pennies, and you play all the slots. So, and you're not putting the money in it. Once you put your $1 in it or $5 in it, you're not seeing that money no more. The machine will calculate everything for you. So all you got to just play. When you know it will get you all the money finished. So if you play all the lines in the machine, if the machine got 20 lines, that means if you win, your winning will be big because you play all the lines.
All the lines.
Yes, you play 20 lines. So you win. So 20 lines may be $20 then. A buck a line. You need a penny line. A line, each line may be $1 or $3. But that 1 cent slot, that 1 cent slot machine. But to win big, you gotta play big. So if you go to the 1 cent machine, you're not gonna play 1 cent. You're gonna play like 50 cents. They got different lines. Every line carry a higher amount of money. So you playing 10 lines, you might be playing $5 right there on the penny machine. Even though that 1 cent machine, but when you play all the lines, you're playing $5. So when you pull out one machine, when that thing turns around and you don't win, you lost $5 right there. They're waiting for you to load it again. So when you put $20 in the machine, you're not getting no change, Sam. That change not coming back. Or you play that all that money finished. So when you put $20 in the machine, will calculate that you got $20 in it. So you play one line and $5. Once you pull that thing, it go back up, you only got $15 left. You press maximum bet again, that's another $5. You gotta take the money up. Everything there, they press maximum bet. The last bet you press, that the last bet will go back there. And maximum bet, that's the highest bet. That means you betting all the lines. So you betting 1 cent for all the lines, you betting all 20 lines. That's 20 cents right there. 50 cents right there. So your money going at that side. That thing is going. So for $100, Sam, that thing goes so fast. Because $100, we're playing 5 cent slot. We're not paying 1 cent slot. We're paying 5. We won't win. You go in there to win. You know, you play 1 cent slot, you win, but you're not win as big as you're supposed to win. You know, if you play all the lines on the 1 cent slot and you win, you may win $40, $50 or $100 for all the lines because you're playing pennies. That big, like 5 cents, 10 cents line or quarter lines, you know, a $1 line. But you know, for $1 line, you're playing plenty of money. That's how people that lose their money. Because to win big, you got to play big. So people go there with $200, they change all the $1, and you play $1. Every time you pull that thing at $20, you want. How long you think you last, Sam? You carry $150, and you play the $1 slot because you want to win big. And every time you pull the thing to fill out all the lines, it's $20. So every time you put $20 in the machine, when you put it, that one pull, if you don't win, you lose $20. That $20 gone right there. But you're not looking at it at $20, you're looking at it at 3 different lines, you know. But all the lines come out to $20. So when you pull out one thing and you don't win, you lose $20. So once you pull it, it come out against it, maximum bet. You press that maximum bet again, there's another $20 gone. If you win, you will win big.
Mm-hmm.
But how often will you win? You will not win that often because those machines are calculated to win after a certain time. Maybe after 20 times plays, you win. After 30 plays, you win. So if you go there with your $150, you may not get to 30 plays. And you play $20 a play, saying that have people that go broke. I see people sit out there all day just putting the dollar in the machine. Because you want to win big, you got to play big. You play the dollar machine, you win, you know you're winning big. You're not winning small, you're winning big. Even if you know those little small heads that show up and you win your money back, you win $5 back.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time when they show their head up for the $10 thing, you win $20, $30. $10 will not drop, more money will drop. But it's encouraging you to play more. Because when more drop, you think you will win more. But
Mm-hmm.
you're winning are not that good, brother. So sometimes we go for with $200, man. In less than an hour, the whole $200 gone.
Hmm.
We just go eat food and go back home. So that just about an hour. That whole trip will be 3 hours. You take 1 hour to go, 1 hour to play, 1 hour to eat, 1 hour to come back. So that everything right there, 5 hours. So just the playing the slot machine is just 1 hour. Because you know time your money will be gone, my man. If you play all the lines to win, except you play one line, you may never win. If you just play one line, you will never win. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines to win. If you're a real gambler. So you playing all those slot machine, people go there with pennies and leave with nothing, Sam. People sleep there. Nevada. You heard about Nevada, right? Where people that gamble in Nevada. People go to Nevada to gamble. They don't go home. A lot of the people in Nevada, they go there and spend all their life spending.
So that's the casino state in America.
Yeah, Nevada, that's where they got all the games and everything. Some people just go there to visit, spend their whole livelihood there, cash their house, everything, mortgage their house, everything, they just to play.
Hmm?
You can't go home. Why you go home? You got no money to go home. You play everything you own. Yeah, you see, you go to Nevada, man, that's a different world by itself. Everything there is money. Everything there is money, sir. People on the street begging for money. People want weed and all the begging for weed money. Then the first time I saw people begging for weed money, please give me $5 to buy my marijuana. People,
Hmm.
yeah, and people will get that money. I gave one guy the $5 because it was so funny to me. The guy sitting there with a big sign, man. I haven't smoked this morning. Can you give me $5 to go help me buy marijuana? You know, I fell out laughing. I said, hey, man, you're $5. I give you the $5. And they go buy the weed. Yeah, it was so funny. I never seen it before. Yeah, in my state, they put people in jail for marijuana. Then you go to another state, there the big sign there, please give me $5. I want buy weed. It was unbelievable.
Hmm.
Yeah. Crazy people, man. That's a crazy world, Sam. That's why people come here. You gotta travel.
America's a different society.
You can't sit down one place. You gotta travel. You gotta see America. Plenty of things you have to see, my man, Sam. In every state, they got their own little national monument or national thing for you to see. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like in Rhode Island here, sometime now, I take these historic tours. Rhode Island is a good state. You know Rhode Island is one of the greatest states in America?
Hmm.
You know that?
Okay, no.
Rhode Island is the greatest state in the United States of America. This is
Why
the
so?
state, because this is the state where the Industrial Revolution started, where we started moving
Okay.
from farming to using machine.
Hmm.
This
Okay.
it started here. Can you imagine? People stop farming in the state and started using machine. This way it went from bartering to paying people. In the olden days, there was no money. We used to trade. You give me alcohol, I give you animal. You give me this, I give you that. That's how we used to trade.
Barter system, long songs.
But because of Rhode Island, that whole barter system became obsolete, diminished, and we started paying people with cash because people
Okay.
to the factory to work. When you come to the factory to work, you want cow to carry home for your pay. You have to carry home money. That was people. That was when Rhode Island changed the world. This state, this small state, this is a small state, Sam. It changed the world. That's why every now and then I get up and go on tours in Rhode Island, go see Rhode Island, because this state changed the world. It was in this state we started using money. We changed from barter to using money. We changed from farming to using machines in this state. And you can see the place. The place is us right where I live right now, right down the road is the first mill in the world that changed farming to factory. The first mill, they call it this Slater Mill. It's not even 2 miles from my house. But you got to go see that mill, Sam. When you go see that mill, you see how the people seeing the mill is one thing. Then they got a river tour. Because when they started the Industrial Revolution, they used to throw everything in the river. There's a river here called Blackstone River. They're trying to clean that river now. Everything in that river can, Sam. That's the most polluted river in America. Because it had machines, all the old machines the first machines that they didn't need, they threw in the river. People threw all kind of dirt in the river, bicycle in the river, dead body there, the mob threw dead body there, everything in that river, Blackstone River. They're cleaning it up now. But that was one of the dirtiest river. I was on the river the other day. You go to some of my pages, you see me and doing a tour on the Blackstone River. That river is totally contaminated, man. They're cleaning it up now. But all kind of things in it. All the machines from the first Industrial Revolution. I told you, when they started the Industrial Revolution in Rhode Island, it was by the river, the Blackstone River. So they threw everything in the river. Feces or machines or chairs or everything you got, people still doing it. But now they're trying to clean it up. They try to clean it up. They want to clean up that river now, but it was one of the most polluted rivers in America because of the Industrial Revolution. People just threw everything in the river. Now they're cleaning it up. And I went on that river cruise 3 months ago. I didn't even know that river existed in Rhode Island. You see it in a city called Pawtucket, but it goes all around the city. But it's a hidden river. You can't see it from the road. You can see it from some parts in some cities, but in Providence you can't see it. It's hidden because it was a back river that they used to throw all the things in. People threw it in the river. Now they're telling the people not to do it. They're cleaning it up. They're trying to make it. They did a lot of cleaning, but they got to do more because from the 18 something they've been throwing things in that river. Yeah, because all the factories were along that river. Okay. So that had a new, what kind of color clothes they were making, the factory were making, because all the dye, they would throw all the dye in the river. So if this company were making red cloth this day, at the end of the day, you see nothing but red in the water, red dye in the water. So all the companies, they used to throw their dyes and things in the water. So every cloth you're making, when you finish making it, the residual, they just throw it in the water and things like that. So that Blackstone River was saturated with all kind of mess. Then the mobs dead body in there, all kind of things were in there, man. So Rhode Island is a great state, man. This is where everything started. The Constitution of the United States of America was changed because of Rhode Island.
Oh.
I told you that, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the Constitution, they didn't have the Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights is what protects you and me. The Constitution was written for the government, right? The original Constitution was written for the government. Everything for the government. Government would do this. Government would do that. Government would do this. Government would take your land. Government had the power for everything. There were no rights for the individuals in the Constitution. What are the rights for individuals? What are the rights for the individuals? Yeah, you the big shot, man. Tell me the rights for individuals in the Constitution.
Freedom of speech,
Freedom of speech. What else?
security,
No security in the Constitution. Freedom of speech.
protection is security.
Huh?
Government must protect its citizens.
It's not in the Constitution like that. You got freedom of speech. You got freedom of movement. You got freedom of association. You got freedom of religion. Those are the freedoms that the Constitution guarantees for us. Before that, there were no freedoms like that. You couldn't move around free. You couldn't associate free. The government controlled everything. That when Thomas Jefferson put the Bill of Rights out, he said, well, the government can't just control everything. If the government control everything, what kind of life you will have? You and I have no life. So we as individuals got to have some rights that the government can't touch. That's why they came up with the Bill of Rights. The rights is what gave us individuals rights that the government can't touch. The government can't touch us from speaking. The government can't stop us from moving around. You can move anywhere you want to move in the country. That's your freedom of movement. The government can't tell you who to be friends with. That's freedom of association. The government can't tell you what church to go to. That's freedom of religion. In the olden days, the government controlled the church. That's why you see all the big cathedrals, because the government built the cathedrals. The government controlled the church. Every country followed a religion. France, all the people of France were Catholics. So all of them paid money to Catholic Church. That's why you see all the Catholic Church. The people of Britain, they were Anglicans. So everybody had to pay taxes to the Anglican Church. That's why you got those big churches, because the government could bail it because people were paying to the government. But now people don't pay to the government, people pay to the church. The government don't control the churches no more. Long ago, government used to control the churches. When you say you're French, you Catholic. When you say you're British, you are Anglican. When you this, you that. So that's how the Europeans were able to build all these massive churches, because people were paying taxes. Now, people don't have to be forced to pay taxes. That when churches got to be built, the church members got to put their money together themselves. But in the olden days, it was the country that used to pay the money. Because if the king was Catholic, everybody was Catholic. If the king was Anglican, everybody was Anglican. Everybody had to pay to the church. So that's how they were able to build all these big cathedrals in Europe. You see, okay? It's not like that these days, okay? So, but we still have the big cathedrals and all of that. So that was the whole ideal about our past lives, you know. But just to reiterate the point that Rhode Island, I kept asking myself, why, Jesus, why you brought me to Rhode Island? That the question I used to ask myself over and over, until I got to know this state, the significance of this state. Now I'm so proud to have come to this state. This is the biggest and greatest state in the United States of America. This state changed America on the constitutional level, on the industrial level. It was in Rhode Island that the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, were added to the United States Constitution. There was no Bill of Rights. They wanted to pass the Constitution without a Bill of Rights. All the farmers in Rhode Island came from the farm. All the people from down the southern area came to the city. There's a place in Rhode Island they call Federal Hill. That's why all of them went to what they call Federal Hill. And they protested. They demanded that Rhode Island would not join the Union until they include the Bills of Rights in the Constitution of America. And that is why today we have the Bill of Rights as a part of the Constitution, because of the people. It is great. The people in this state realized that the Bill of Rights was important to be added in the Constitution of America. So all the farmers left the southern part of Rhode Island, the northern part of Rhode Island, they came to Federal Hill, right in Providence, and they demonstrated. And they said there would be no United States of America until the Bill of Rights was added. And there was no United States of America until they added the Bill of Rights. And that's why Rhode Island is one of the smallest, the biggest, what it is? Rhode Island is the biggest little state in the Union. It's the biggest little state. It's the smallest state, but yet it's the biggest state.
A great idea.
Yes, it was from here great men put this nation together. So I see why I came to Rhode Island. I kept asking myself, why you brought me to Rhode Island? Now I see this is where America began. This small state is so powerful. Got powerful men, powerful women. The greatest stagecoach rider came from Rhode Island. You know that? Smith,
Wow.
One-Eye Smith.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? It was a woman. And nobody knew the greatest stagecoach rider. And he was the how you call it? The shotgun. You know, in the stagecoach, they already got the shotgun. The shotgun is the person that rides by the man who driving the stagecoach to shoot the people who want to come to rob the stage. The greatest shotgun rider was One-Eye Smith. It was a woman, and nobody knew it was a woman. They thought it was a man until she died. Then they found it out. But nobody could rob her stagecoach. She was the sharpest shooter on the stagecoach, because you know the stagecoach was moving. So you can't aim good. But One-Eye Smith was bad, man. She would shoot anything and hit it. That's why everybody, all the robbers, when they want to rob stagecoach, they would ask who driving the stagecoach. That's when One-Eye Smith, nobody gonna touch that Smith stagecoach because you know you're gonna die. And in the end, when they did her autopsy, it was a woman. One-Eye Smith was a woman, and she was the sharpest shooter on the stagecoach. Nobody ever robbed her.
But she had a masculine feature?
Yeah, she dressed like a man. Everything was a man. She had one eye, she injured one eye. She wore a patch over that eye, one eye. She wore a patch and talked like a man, acted like a man, did everything like a man. But she was a woman.
Not married?
Not married. Nobody knew she was a woman. Everybody thought she was a man. I said I was the baddest shooter on the stagecoach. Nobody could rob a stagecoach. Before anybody wanted to rob stagecoach, they would ask who the stagecoach shotgun. When they say One-Eye Smith, nobody would venture around like him because you know you're gonna die. She was accurate. She was that accurate with her gun. And some women are like that. Women are accurate. I remember when I was in the army, the women battalion had the best shooting string. When you go, every test they gave you, when you pass it, they put a string, they put a little banner on your flag, on your women's flag. Every test you go to and pass, they put a banner on your flag. when I was in the army, in boot camp, the girls had all the shooting stripes for shooting. They were the best shooters. Accurate. They couldn't miss. So all the passengers would be bullshitting with a flag. They do march in front of our unit, or when they get marching in front of the men unit, they do all the little things. Yeah, they see them go down, do the little yell and things. They're bad. You don't play with those girls in the army, man. They kick your ass. Yeah, you give them that respect, man. They could shoot. They were shooters, man. All of their flags carried the shooting stripe. All the girls. Man, I could do everything, but I couldn't kill. I couldn't shoot. I couldn't hit the expo to save my life. So we had to do the extra training to become marksmen. Some of them were natural, man. The first day they get on the gun, show them to shoot. The first shot, they hit both eyes. So women, they're excellent shooters, man. It's done, Sam. Do your conclusion. Let's get out of here for the day.
Well, thank you so much. But I want to urge Liberians, our chief orator for the 26th celebration, trying to divide this country. I will urge all Liberians to remain calm and be peaceful, so we can have a peaceful election. We don't mind what they're saying, because the entire speech was written by government and just to satisfy government. But we urge all Liberians to remain calm, and so we can go for a peaceful election. Thank you so much.
Okay, Sam.
That's my piece of advice.
Have a good day.
You too, then.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's my show for today. Not much went on in Liberia right after July 26th. People still trying to get their lives back together. The orator for this July 26th Independence Day celebration was Zaza Kanwa, one of our tribal chiefs. And as usual, he displayed his ignorance. That's my show for this morning. Take heed and govern yourselves accordingly. I'll see you tomorrow. Don't do what I wouldn't want you to do. Bye-bye.